Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Oh, ja. So. Helmsley, Sheffield, was? Finney, Hutchinson, unbekannt.
We shall chase these intruders down.
I was chased by a gigantic Valcon 2 nights ago.
Ja.
The creature barely spoke English.
Na dann, Alter.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
Mir gefällt es nicht. Es ist ungewohnt.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Sie sind berühmt. Aha.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret, shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Hoppla. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Körper auf dich zu quälen. Die Lage im Westend.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Ja, Honecker, sie haben sich aber verändert. Aber warum weiß ich die Namen der anderen? Blablabla. Gehören die nie dazu? Okay. Was? Der ist im Zentrum? Warum ist er im Zentrum?
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign econs. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
I was chased by a gigantic Valcod 2 nights ago. I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. The creature barely spoke English.
Na gut.
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Econ. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Sie haben was? Sie kennen bla.
You were spying on me.
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Ja, er wollte mich schlachten. Hallo?
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
Er sah eher aus wie ein Troll, Oger, irgendwas so in die Richtung, halt was Großes, Muskulöses. Und nicht ganz hell in der Rübe. Sie wissen, dass ich ihn getötet habe? Naja.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Das ist ja das Wichtigste.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the skulls.
Einige Skulls sind friedlich. Skulls sind Opfer. Skulls sind bösartig. Einige Skulls sind friedlich, das ist im Prinzip die ehrlichste Antwort. Würde ich jetzt die Skulls direkt als Opfer bezeichnen, ist das eigentlich auch nicht gelogen. Okay. Ja, aber manche greifen mich an, manche greifen mich nicht an, also.
I have met peaceful and wise skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
No one's took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were attacked.
Bandstufe erhöht. Yeah.
They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Familienporträts. Dass die Bandstufe davon abhängig gemacht wird. Na gut, wer es braucht. Ich kann nur eine Schusswaffe. Guter Revolver. Wieso konnte ich den nicht verkaufen? Na gut, was auch immer. Nein. Psst. Nein, nicht zoomen. Hier rüber wechseln. Danke. Okay. Ja, die Stadt kann man schon abschreiben. Aber wo? Okay, also, ja. Jetzt nicht zufällig einen guten Schneider? Ich hätte mal langsam andere Klamotten, die mal nicht so aussehen wie Professor Flickenteppich. Warte mal, was? Ah, Money! So, hier war nicht mehr. Aber... Ja, das hätten wir schon geklärt.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr.
Ja, Türöffner halt. Von der... Ladebalken. Ja. Panik.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Ein Urvampir. Untersuche den Bürger auf Infektion.